Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to Operation Hooper. This time we are playing as the MPLA guys, the de facto government of Angola. Of course, many people know they have Marxist sympathies, so we are actually getting a bevy of different Russian tanks to help us in what we hope to be a pretty nice attack. Now, this is a bit of an actual counterattack. As you can see, all of the lines are showing us moving forward here, so I'm trying to move my men up to make that happen. But actually, this was supposed to be initially a defensive operation. Now that South Africa has declared war, we need to, of course, move into position and try and take these positions out. We've got a bevy of tanks, as you guys can see, and I think we're set up pretty well. But we're going to have to wait and see how this actually works out ultimately, and I'm guessing the enemy's probably going to have some trenches if they aren't already leading an attack against us. So you know what we do in these Let's Plays, guys? We try to, of course, move forward as quickly as possible. We try to take these positions, destroy and eradicate the enemy, but we usually only pop back in when we actually get to some action. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and of course, as soon as we get to some action, guys, we are going to come back and watch the battle for ourselves. A lot of people have been suggesting that they want to see a Let's Play series of these games. And what I ask you to do is to please let me know specifically what games you'd like to see, well, in terms of Graviteam Tactics, what game you want to see a Let's Play series of, either Maya's Front or just regular Graviteam Tactics, and what campaign you want to see. And then, of course, we can start to decide, guys, whether or not we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm leading an attack, first of all, with a few of my APCs and tanks, just moving forward to scout, essentially, the area ahead of us. If we find something of value, of use, then of course we'll keep moving. But if we start seeing that the enemy is coming at us with a massive attack, we're going to be very, very careful. This might be the largest armored attack I have led in any Graviteam game. So I can't wait to see what happens, and I can't wait to see how this, of course, ends up turning out. So until then, guys, see you soon. Okay, guys, we're already under fire. It looks like the South Africans are very prepared for our attack. We've already got some vehicles lost here, and it's because the enemy has a tremendous amount of tanks over there. Of course, now our infantry is out, but all of these armored cars that we led on the attack must stop immediately. So we're, of course, going to seek cover as best we can. We're still firing on the MPLA infantry and a whole bunch of course, South African tanks. We are going to attack with all of our tanks here, try to hit them on the flank while they're focusing on a completely different part of the map, and hopefully we come out of this with a nice victory. So as you can see, our tanks are already beginning to fire. Kubo is already beginning to fire at the enemy. The one thing we have, one benefit we have with these tanks is they definitely outrange the enemy tanks. But while they're just mowing our men down, quite frankly, we need to hope that these guys can get some good shots off and manage to take out the enemy. You can actually see those shots going down range. We've got to keep it up. This has turned into a major armored struggle, and I'm hoping that Kubo here can manage to actually get us a victory or kill some enemy tanks. Alright, some beautiful explosions over there on the South African line, guys. We might be getting lucky here. I can definitely see that Kubo's getting off a lot of shots there at the enemy, and we actually have pretty good woods cover. Meanwhile, our APCs are in a terrible position, but if we can manage to kill enough of the enemy here, it might all be worth it. So here we go. A lot of our guys, of course, out of their APCs. This one I want to stop right here, seek cover. I still want to keep firing, of course, at the enemy infantry that's around this place, but you can see that we've taken out, I think, most, if not all, of the South African tanks here defending the MPLA positions. Just look at that. Completely destroyed. There's still a few. We just hit a beautiful shot there of hitting that tank in the side. We definitely blew the tracks off. I'm not sure if we destroyed the tank entirely, but she's going to be gone very soon here. So we need to keep firing. That thing is not going to be able to move at all. The turret is still moving, so there's definitely still people alive in there. Beautiful explosion. Absolutely wonderful. We just need to keep this up, guys. We are losing a lot of vehicles, of course, with this assault, but I'm hoping that in the end it's all worth it. And of course, our tanks are still continuing a forward move. I'm going to get Tornado and a few other guys to go ahead and lead an attack forward, basically move forward to the enemy, and hopefully they make it there very, very soon. It looks like Tornado might be stuck for any number of reasons. He might have lost his track, and indeed he has. So we've definitely taken some hits too, but I'm hoping that we're dishing out more damage than we're taking in. A lot of our commanders are not in the correct positions where they should be because of all this commotion, but if we can keep up this fire, then maybe, just maybe, we can make it to the area. You can see that we have a lot of infantry units, MPLA infantry units that are moving forward to defend our sovereign land. And I'm going to go ahead and start targeting all of these infantry positions. We'll actually get a closer look over here at the lines, see if they're entrenched or just out in the open, and it looks like they're just out in the open. These are definitely UNITA troops, being, of course, defended by the South African tanks, and they're firing a lot of tow rockets here. That might actually just be a regular anti-tank gun, and indeed it is. That's probably killing a lot of our men. And the enemy's asking for a ceasefire. We all know we can't do that. We can't accept a ceasefire. We've got to take this position, Allo 1. This is the main position, of course, on the battlefield. So we're going to keep moving, guys. We shall not stop until the enemy stops us, basically. Now, I want to get Bartolome and Mulas over here, because I'm seeing a South African tank in a pretty good position over there by the woods. And the crossroads, actually, I'm thinking we want to make it to the crossroads as quickly as possible, so I am sending these guys out on an attack, but we could have a lot more enemies than we bargained for. So let's keep up the fire, of course, and the best case scenario here is the enemy runs away. It looks like we've killed most of the enemy tanks, so I'm going to make sure that this APC keeps firing, and I'm going to take Bartolome and the infantry on an all-out attack here on Allo. Come on, boys. This Savannah has turned into a true nightmare of burning steel. I think for once we can actually have the tanks focus on the enemy infantry units. And oh! Bartolome just got hit. The commander is killed. Bartolome was our leading tank commander there, and his tank is a burning pile of metal right now. The enemy definitely still has some anti-tank guns. That's why we need to keep moving forward with our infantry units and try to overwhelm them. But I'm hoping that we at least killed most of the enemy tanks. But we definitely have to be careful of those AT guns that are deadly at this range. Keep firing, men. Got those Kalashnikovs out and ready to do some serious damage to the enemy. Perfect for this kind of environment, of course. Keep it up, men. Keep it up. Alright, let's take a look at our badly mangled APC attack. And of course well, I must admit, I really expected there not to be much resistance. I didn't expect the enemy to have tanks, and they definitely showed us that they have more than enough tanks. But we have more than enough infantry here to put up an amazing fight, and the firefight continues. We've got them trapped on two sides, which I think is a huge bonus. One huge negative is that, unfortunately, that enemy tank is still around and probably still causing us some serious trouble. I just saw it get hit, so we definitely need our men to focus on it and keep firing at it. Let's take a look at it. See if we knocked anything off her. No, she's doing fine. In fact, she's moving forward here. This is, of course, one of the South African tanks. They're still firing at us, causing some serious damage. And I see some infantry over here, so I'm going to take these 3 APCs, 4 actually, as well as some infantry units, and move towards the crossroads on an attack position once again. So all-out attack over here. But I am hoping that we actually succeed on this one and don't get smashed by that tank that's still over there. We just saw a round fly over our men. Luckily, he wasn't aiming at our APC, but we really do need to take her out. If not, that tank is going to be some serious trouble for us. I can already see some infantry over here, so we're already going to begin firing. But let's get back to the main battle. Alright, guys, a tremendous amount of troops on both sides here. Of course, the enemy, as you can see, they've got a lot of men here. Most of them, though, are taking cover, and with reason. I mean, they are completely under fire. Some of them are fighting back, but we have to get this infantry to keep moving forward. So I'm actually going to grab a nice chunk of them. Might have to go without their commanders, and we're going to fast move them up. And actually, some of them, if you can see here, are already out here near the enemy. So you can see that some of our men, extremely brave men at that. These are tank drivers. APC drivers, rather, that are still fighting, and we could see some of the enemy already surrendering. So these UNITA troops have realized the futility of this fight. How dare they step into Angolan territory, and they're soon going to learn the error of their ways. They're making the right decision here, giving up, and we're going to continue to move forward. So you can see a lot of our guys are already attacking and moving forward on their own. I think we want to get some of them to fast move to get into a better position, try to get on the enemy's left flank. So let's grab these guys, and we're going to fast move them if they're willing to follow orders here. Yeah, they're definitely following orders, but under fire. Beautiful shooting, guys. Beautiful shooting. Let's see if we took out that other tank. No, he's still there. and it looks like our tank is right in the middle of a serious enemy position. There's a lot of infantry around him here near Garcia. Keep firing, Garcia, and there we go. The enemy has retreated, and probably a good idea. That battle was an absolute nightmare, an awesome battle. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't fun, but wow, did we really step into a major enemy position. You can see all of those destroyed tanks, so many dead infantry units all over the field, just littering the field, and I think that they're making a very good decision here running away, because we would have absolutely eliminated every single infantry unit here with our men. So I can't wait to see the final casualty count. Let's see what it's like. Look at these guys, terrified. The enemy has retreated, and here we go, guys. It's a defeat, and that's one of the things that's weird about Graviteam. It does sometimes give you weird scores. I have no idea why this would be considered a defeat. I mean, we took our positions, we took the positions we needed to. Probably the reason we got a defeat is we lost 15 vehicles. Those APCs that we led on that mad charge, just a crazy charge. That's why in Modern Warfare, you want to send infantry out first. I just got really cocky, thinking I knew what I was doing, and of course I didn't. At the end of the day, though, we had 28 killed on our side. The enemy had 52, 19 wounded. We took 1 prisoner. We destroyed 4 tanks. They only destroyed 1 of ours. I have to say, I would trade 15 APCs for 4 tanks. Some of you maybe not, but in my opinion, I think we did pretty damn well. So just, of course, getting one last look here at the field to see the madness that occurred here. We can see that this position was just an absolute death trap for the enemy. Some penetrating hits here. Look at those penetrating hits. Unbelievable. Right in the front of the tank. And actually, our rounds are so strong that even firing at the front, it doesn't manage to stop our rounds from doing serious damage to this tank. I think the ultimate kill shot was probably through the side here, but really not sure. Anyway, guys, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this battle. Do you want to see more battles like this? If you do, make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, etc. I want to get a quick look here at Garcia, because he was just sort of stumbled across a bunch of the enemy. Of course, most of them were taking cover, but over here, our men already started to make short work of these UNITA troops. So unbelievable fighting, great fighting by the Angolans. Let's hope that we can have another great battle like that in the future. That was just awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and have an awesome day.